What's up, everyone? Welcome to the July 11th edition of DraftKings Tournament Plays presented by Prize Picks. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And as a reminder, use the code AWESOMO when you sign up and make a deposit at Prize Picks. You'll receive one free month of Stokastic Plus Platinum. You'll also receive a 100% deposit bonus up to $100 on your first deposit. We have an 8-game MLB slate tonight. As usual, we're going to take a look at 3 of the top tournament stacks and 3 of the top tournament pitchers using the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool on the stokastic.com website. Starting with the top stacks, number 3, the Detroit Tigers are taking on Daniel Lynch. The Tigers are one of the worst offenses in baseball. Their active roster has a 78 WRC plus and only a 110 ISO. But Lynch has had home run issues this year, allowing 1.27 home runs per 9 innings. He has a 4.56 xFIP. The Tigers are projected for about 6% ownership, with a 6% chance of being the top scoring stack, but also a 14% chance of being the top value stack. Number 2, the Texas Rangers taking on Adrian Martinez. Martinez has now made 3 major league starts, striking out 16.7% of hitters with a 4.63 xFIP. He did have good strikeout numbers in the minors, but this isn't someone that projects to be a very good major league pitcher. The Rangers do have power in their lineup. A 173 ISO, 104 WRC plus on their active roster. They're projected for about 5% ownership with a 7% chance of being the top scoring stack. And number 1, the Chicago White Sox are taking on Cal Quantrill. Quantrill's only struck out 14.7% of hitters with a 4.75 xFIP while allowing 1.12 home runs per 9 innings this year. The White Sox active roster has a 99 WRC plus and a 123 ISO, but we should expect those numbers to go up as the sample size for Eloy Jimenez grows. He's missed most of the season. His numbers in a limited sample are not very good, so it is pulling down the White Sox active roster. But when you look through their lineup and look at the hitters that they have, it's a pretty high upside lineup. You have Luis Robert, Tim Anderson, Andrew Vaughn, Jose Abreu, Gavin Sheets, Eloy Jimenez, a lot of good hitters here. So they are projected to be a little bit underowned with 6% ownership and an 8% chance of being the top scoring stack. Now, before we look at the top 3 pitchers, we do have a new promo code for viewers of my tournament videos. Use the code ADAMMLB. It's at the top of the screen, and receive 50% off any weekly Stokastic Plus package. This is available for new users only, but if you haven't already signed up for Stokastic Plus, use this promo code, get yourself 50% off any weekly package, get access to all of the data on the website behind the paywall. You'll improve your DFS game pretty quickly. So use the promo code ADAMMLB for 50% off. Now, looking at the top 3 tournament pitchers, number 3, Brayan Bello, 16% projected ownership, 14% chance of being a top 2 pitcher, and also a 42% chance of being a top 2 value pitcher, as he is priced at only $5,000 tonight against the Tampa Bay Rays. This is his second major league start and the second time that he's facing Tampa Bay. This time will be in Tropicana Field, though, so a favorable pitcher's park. He had a 34.4% strikeout percentage and 2.61 xFIP at AAA this year in 8 starts and 9 total appearances. He's one of the top pitching prospects in baseball, and Tampa Bay does have plenty of strikeouts on their active roster with a 25% strikeout percentage and a 103 WRC plus. They're without Wander Franco, who was injured over the weekend, so the lineup is a bit watered down as well. Number 2, Alex Cobb. 27% projected ownership, 18% chance of being a top 2 pitcher, and a 23% chance of being a top 2 value pitcher. He's only $7,400, and he's facing the Arizona Diamondbacks tonight in San Francisco. So a favorable pitcher's park, a good matchup against an Arizona roster that has a 92 WRC plus and a 22.3% strikeout percentage. Cobb had been limited in his first couple of starts since returning from the injured list, but he threw 97 pitches last time out, so there's no reason to expect him to be limited here. He has a 24.1% strikeout percentage and an excellent 2.79 xFIP so far this season. And number 1, Max Fried. He has a difficult matchup against the New York Mets, but all 3 of the top pitchers on this slate, Scherzer, Nola, and Fried, have a difficult matchup in at least some way, so that's not as much of an issue. Fried is projected for about 29% ownership, but he also has a 29% chance of being a top 2 pitcher. He doesn't have the same sort of strikeout stuff as Nola or Scherzer, but he is still a very good pitcher with a 2.94 xFIP and a 23.5% strikeout percentage this season. So to recap, the top 3 tournament stacks: number 3, the Detroit Tigers; number 2, the Texas Rangers; number 1, the Chicago White Sox; and the top 3 tournament pitchers: number 3, Brayan Bello; number 2, Alex Cobb; and number 1, Max Fried.